The important thing to remember with PNPM Rural is the principles that drive all of the rules and the procedures and the processes. One of the most important ones is it has to be very participatory. Even if it takes a lot of time, even a lot of time of poor villagers, they need to know what's happening. They need to have a chance to make their views known. So very participatory with an extra emphasis on making sure women are involved and the poor people or those that don't usually attend also attend. Next, and maybe even more important, is it's got to be transparent and accountable. Villagers, if they're going to make good decisions, they have to have good information. And that information has to be understandable to them. So it has to be transparent. They have to know about the projects they're proposing and the funds and how it's used. It's got to be accountable, because this is trying to build not only a little irrigation system or a water system, it's trying to empower villagers. It's trying to build social capital. And it's trying to build trust between villagers, citizens, and their government. So it's got to be accountable. For Indonesia, for PNPM Rural, we thought it was very important because we heard from villagers when we were preparing this with the government, is it open menu. What does that mean? It means the money can be used for anything the villagers want. There's only a very short negative list of things they can't invest in, guns and things like that, okay? But they can invest in anything else that they think is a priority. This was important because we heard from villagers all the time, we get projects sometimes, but they're not what we need. They're not what we want. So we thought villagers need to decide what they want first, what they need most. And then another principle that was difficult, we called it healthy competition for funds. And all that means is your money's limited, you can't pay for everything, you can't do everything you want to do. So somebody has to decide what to prioritize, what to fund first. And the villagers make those decisions. Not the project, not the consultant, not Jakarta. They have to negotiate. But this also builds empowerment, builds social capital. And actually that negotiation process, even though it's about funds, reduces conflict. And lastly, it's just got to be simple enough so people know what's happening. They understand the processes, the rules, and where the money's going. All of this happens, and it would not happen successfully without lots of facilitation. What does that mean? It means from the local government, it means sometimes from NGOs, even from private sector with corporate social responsibility, but it means mostly the government hires a lot of extra facilitators, including at least one civil engineer for each sub-district to help the villagers with the designs, with construction supervision, so that the quality of what they build satisfies them, so it can be used.